Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Nikki and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. If you haven't noticed, I'm wearing my mini ears, one of many, and that is because today is going to be a Disney video because I am here to announce that in about 6 months, we will be going to Walt Disney World. So this is my trip announcement video. So if you don't already know, I am a huge Disney fan. I grew up on the West Coast, so Disneyland is my home park. My dad took me and my brother to Disneyland all the time. He lived in Southern California. And then I have carried on pretty much that tradition in my adult life, even before I had kids. And then after I've had kids, I go solo, I bring my family, and I'm just a true diehard Disney fan. In fact, I am a Disney Vacation Club member. Disney Vacation Club is Disney's version of a timeshare. I'll go into that a little bit later. But I thought that I would share with you guys kind of my planning with this trip. I have only been to Walt Disney World once, and that was in 1994 when I was 9 years old. So by the time that we go, it is going to be 26 years since I've been to Walt Disney World. And when I went to Walt Disney World with my dad and my brother, I think we only spent one day in the park. I don't even remember if we stayed on property or not, and my dad has passed away since then, so I can't ask him where we stayed or anything like that. So this is gonna be like a brand new trip for me. So I hope that you guys will wanna stick around and hear all about my planning, maybe give me some suggestions. I would love that. Or maybe you're planning your first Walt Disney World trip and you can plan with me. Before I go into the details, if you are not already a subscriber, I hope that you will consider doing so by clicking that red subscribe button down below here. I'm gonna try to get more Disney content as I'm able to go. Being on the West Coast, it's a little bit harder because Disneyland is closed right now and has been for almost 9 months. We won't talk about that right now. But I do a lot of other types of videos, like I do a lot of unboxings. I do some try-ons with Stitch Fix. I'm Trendsend, Trunk Club. I do home fragrance videos. I am a Scentsy consultant, so I do talk about that sort of thing. So just a lot of things that bring me joy, including travel and especially Disney. So if any of those things interest you, I hope that you will consider joining me here in my little YouTube community. And my goal by the end of this month, it is December 1st when I'm recording this. So by January 1st, I'm really hoping to get 300 subscribers to my page. I know that that doesn't seem like a lot, but I have a goal and I would love to hit it, and I would love for you guys to help me do that and to stick around. Okay, let's get right into it. So I was a little bit on the fence of planning a Walt Disney World trip during this time, only because right now, I mean, to be honest, I honestly thought we would be far beyond this pandemic by now. I think we all thought that. I remember back in March, I was like, at least by Memorial Day, this stuff will be over. Well, it's not. So I was like, do I want to have my kids' first trip and my first trip to be where it's not the full experience? Because we're planning on going in May 2021. And I'm hoping by May 2021, it'll be a little bit more normal. And I'm not saying that there's not going to be masks or anything like that. There probably will be, but I'm hoping that with the vaccines that's coming out, and I'm not saying if I'm getting it or I'm not getting it, or if you should or shouldn't, I'm just saying that hopefully at that point, and the fact that the weather's going to start getting better, the cases will start going down, and things will start becoming a little bit more enjoyable, a little bit more safe to travel. So, and also I decided to quote unquote bite the bullet, because my kids and I are seasoned Disneyland veterans. So we do know the magic of a park, and we know what to take away from the magic of the park. And I believe that because we're also Disney Vacation Club members, if we love this experience at Walt Disney World, even in a pandemic or coming out of a pandemic, I'm really hoping that it'll just make us want to go even more. And then we can, go back and look forward to even more things at Walt Disney World that are quote unquote normal. Are you guys going to get sick of my normal here? So who's going to be going? Okay, so as of right now, it's going to be me, and it's going to be my 2 daughters. I have Madeline, who will be 8.5, almost 9 when we go. And I have Avery, who will be 5 at the time that we go. Avery is already over 40 inches, so we really won't have a problem in terms of most of the rides, at least. Madeline can ride pretty much everything now, even though she's short. It took a long time to get here, but she can ride everything. And like I said, we are Disney Vacation Club members. So at the 7-month mark, I actually own here in the West Coast at the villas at Grand Californian. And so I had to wait until the 7-month mark to be able to pick where I was going to stay for our May trip. So I kind of left it up to the kids. Normally, I'm kind of a control freak. I want to pick where I'm going to stay. But I let the kids decide, and I let them see a lot of YouTube videos and pictures and maps of where the resorts were. And I knew I wanted to stay in a 1-bedroom. So I went to see what was available in 1-bedrooms at the 7-month mark. And pretty much almost everything was pretty available. But my daughters, especially Madeline, has been talking so much about how she's wanted to stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge. What she really wants to do is she wants to see giraffes and zebras outside her balcony, and who can blame her? So I was able to book us a 1-bedroom Savannah View villa over at Animal Kingdom Lodge Jumbo House. So Animal Kingdom Lodge, if you don't already know, they have a Jumbo House and they have Kidani Village. Kidani Village is pretty much exclusively DVC villas. Jumbo House has the hotel side, and then they have a floor for DVC. Now, I do know that the rooms are a little bit smaller at the Jumbo side, but I thought because I have my kids and having the quick service there, like the quick service meals to grab breakfast, to have that grand lobby for the first time of them going to Walt Disney World, I really thought that Jumbo was going to fit our needs more. So how long are we going? I am planning for us to go for 7 days, but we're only probably going to spend 4 days in the park. We might do 5. I haven't bought our park tickets yet, but I think we're going to do 4. And I think that's because we're going to spend 2 of those days having kind of pool days. One of those days will be a pool / Disney Springs day. So that way we aren't so overloaded with the parks that we don't really get the vacation feel. And I feel like if we're going all the way across the country, we should at least feel like we had a little bit of relaxation in between all the chaos of the parks. So that probably means we are going to be spending 1 day per park. I know that Magic Kingdom can be a 2-day park, but because we are Disneyland vets, I think we might be able to maneuver it pretty well. And also a lot of the attractions we already have over at Disneyland. So I think that we can definitely get almost everything that we want done in the 4 days in the parks. And also, I mean, who am I kidding? We're probably going to come back. I have a feeling this is just going to be the gateway to going to Walt Disney World all the dang time. So here's what it is. Normally, when there isn't so much craziness going on in the world, Walt Disney World usually has a little bit of a different type of reservation system than Disneyland does. Disneyland is more of a locals type park. It's obviously a lot smaller. There's not, it's not 40 miles, square miles in terms of the amount of area that there is, for a Disneyland resort. So there is normally 180 days before you leave for your trip that you can do ADRs, which are advanced dining reservations, and then 60 days to do Fast Pass. Now, I'm used to Max Pass. I'm an annual pass holder over at Disneyland Resort, so I have the Max Pass. You don't have to, get up super early 2 months before your trip to plan Fast Passes and then doing them around ADRs. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a huge planner and I'm a very alpha and controlling. So, gosh, I'm making myself sound horrible, right? But I definitely was really looking forward to that planning, and I'm really hoping that the ADRs do become available. But we are at 6 months now and there's no ADRs available as of right now. So it looks like, that's a little bit, I don't know how the ADR situation is gonna work. But I do have some ideas of places that I would like to dine. So I have a list. I will follow up once I have those dining reservations and I've kind of finalized them with my girls, and I'll share those with you as well. We also have a list of like our top 3 attraction rides that we really want to go on in each park. So that way, you know, at least if we're able to get those, we're going to be happy. And I've already gotten our flight reservations already booked. The one good thing about a pandemic right now, and especially with no one flying, is that the airfare is so incredibly cheap. So we're going to be flying from Reno, Nevada to Orlando, and there's no direct flights. But because Reno is such a small area and a small airport, usually when you go places like that, you're looking at like $600, $700 round trip. And I mean, and that is also, I mean, you'd pretty much get that anywhere from the West Coast going there. But I was able to book through United. I was able to get us round trip tickets from Reno to Orlando, MCO, for about $200 a pop right now. That is amazing. And that is going on a Saturday and leaving on a Saturday. I mean, leaving on a Saturday and coming back on a Saturday. So I couldn't really beat that. So that alone, saving that money, it's kind of like, okay, yeah, sure, we have to wear masks. Maybe there won't be as much character interaction, but we're not also spending a huge fortune on plane tickets going down there. We will have, you know, one stop in between, but my girls are old enough now that it's not a huge deal that we're not having a direct flight, but there are no direct flights. So we're kind of at the mercy of what the airlines are going to give us. And let's just keep our fingers crossed that they don't mess with my flights. One more thing is I also signed up for touring plans. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of that, but basically touringplans.com. You do pay for a full year subscription, but the cost is very minimal. And basically what it does is it really helps you understand the estimated crowd calendar, like what are the best days to visit the parks, what their estimated hours are, because obviously right now those might change. They kind of let you know, you can kind of give them a touring or an idea of kind of the rides that you want to ride or your ADRs, and they can give you a touring plan. So if you're somebody that wants it regimented, they can tell you, okay, make sure that, you know, ride this ride here, ride this ride at that point, go here. You know, a lot of people really like that. And it's something that I might use as like kind of like a shell for us. I probably won't stick to it all the way, but being that it's kind of like my first time in a park at the Walt Disney World parks, other than when I was 9 years old, I think that this would really give me a nice basis of what to expect, things to try to hit, and kind of like the amount of crowds and lines that we're kind of looking at here. So speaking of lines and rides, obviously FastPass Plus, FastPass isn't going on right now. I don't know if that's going to change. I'm assuming it probably will. Right now, obviously cases are crazy high right now. So I don't know what's going to be happening to the parks. I already know I've had so many Disneyland trips canceled already during this pandemic. I have one planned in March, but I'm not really holding my breath that that's going to happen. California has been so, I don't live in California, but California has been so strict, and I don't want to say almost too strict, but there's things that they let open and some things that they're making it absolutely impossible for Disneyland to ever open if they keep these rules. And I'm not saying that they should be open at this moment, but there should at least be a plan, a better plan for them to be open. So, I mean, I'm putting all my eggs in this Walt Disney World basket because I'm so excited. And so now I would love to hear from you guys. What are some things, have you been during this pandemic time? What are some things that you really recommend for me? Like things that just make the trip extra special, even during a pandemic. Is there any must-do restaurants? Now, I'm a seafood fan, but my kids aren't, so preferably not a seafood place. I'm trying to think of a great Disney Springs restaurant. I was thinking Homecoming, but is there something that I just have to have instead of Homecoming? What do you guys think? Do you guys think buffets are going to be open? I mean, I know buffets are obviously going to look different. Maybe people are going to be serving you all you can eat instead of, people serving themselves. I don't know. But what do you guys think? Will there be character interaction? I would love to hear your perspective. And also, I know I talked about I am a DVC member, a Disney Vacation Club member. I am thinking about doing a series about being a Disney Vacation Club member, kind of like my journey through it, and also being a DVC member being on the West Coast and being a pretty much Disneyland exclusive member. And if any of that stuff sounds interesting to you, will you please leave a comment down below and let me know? Because I would love to share my story, but I also don't know if there are really viewers that are really interested in that sort of thing. So anyway, that is all I have for you guys today. I know that it's not a whole lot of, I don't have a lot of specifics. I was hoping to have a lot of dining and fast pass stuff, but I'm hoping that'll come. And also, if you're interested, I can kind of give a video about what we are definitely trying to plan on hitting in terms of rides and meals. And that way you can tell me, am I on the right track? Or am I really gonna be super disappointed? I would love to hear from you. Anyway, I want to say thank you so much for joining me today, and I can't wait to give you guys the follow-up again next time. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.